Welcome to the Lucas and Adam show. I'm Adam, and my dad's back.
No Lucas.
We're doing Indiana Jones today, and we're gonna have a fucking blast. This is gonna be awesome. It was your idea to do this. What's your relationship with Indiana Jones? We already know the George Lucas thing because we did Star Wars together, but
Mhm.
go ahead.
Well, yeah. So this was when we were talking about doing another. Well, we did Wedding Crashers, but when we were talking about doing another one, sort of from my childhood, and like important favorite slash movies, to me, I think this, aside from Star Wars, is the franchise that I liked the most as a kid. And it's weird that it's a Lucas Harrison Ford combination again.
Yeah.
There's some magic with those two when they get together. But yeah, no, this had a big impact on me. I ended up, studying anthropology in school in large part because of Indiana Jones. I had visions of me traveling around the world and going on adventures and I couldn't pull off the hat though. Like I wish I could wear the hat like Indiana Jones. Um, but yeah, no, it was just it was something I really enjoyed as a kid growing up. I thought I idolized that lifestyle and just thought that would be such a cool way to live your life. Um, so yeah, that's where it begins with me. And young, Raiders of the Lost Ark was 1981, right?
Yeah.
81, yeah. So that's first grade. So I was a rather impressionable young man. Um, but but yeah, that's in a nutshell. That's what it was. Um, Adventures, fun, you know, and I think Indiana Jones just looks cool. Like the way he dresses. I wish I looked good in an outfit like that, or I felt comfortable or looked like he did. Um, yeah.
Well, God damn it if you can't rock a leather jacket
Mm,
because I've seen it. Maybe it's just the hat component, but I think
uh-huh.
honestly, cause, cause I know I tried on a bunch of hats in fucking not
Denver.
Denver, but yeah, whatever that town was. But you were putting on a hat, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
was
I know. It just I don't know. I maybe it's not that I don't look. It's more that I don't feel comfortable that it feels me.
oh yeah,
Because like if you wear something, you have to feel confident in it. Like I think a
yeah,
lot of that comes across
yeah.
as when you wear something, and there's just something in my brain that doesn't uh, make me feel comfortable. Like that's not who I am. Like I'm trying to be something I'm not, or something. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. As someone who used to have a hat as his personality, I understand. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. I know. We have to have like a thing on this pod where like I can start to spam like pictures I have of you guys from way back in the day.
Yeah,
I
right.
guess I could do it in the comment section, but
Yeah.
um
Yeah. No,
but
we
yeah,
yeah,
Adam rocked the newsboy for most of middle school. Like was that
fuck, dude. I wore that thing for dude, I want to say like at least like 2 or 3 years. Like,
Mhm. It
yeah.
felt like those were kind of the middle school years though,
I got
right?
out of it before I went to high school. It was like fifth through seventh grade probably.
Mhm.
I wore that
Yeah,
thing
that
for a while. Uh yeah. It was a cool little hat.
it was.
Um
You look good in it too.
thank you. Thank you.
You fit on the golf course when I take you golfing with me.
Oh yeah. I felt like yeah. Oh man, that's right. Oh God.
And this guy does look good in a duster. I know that's not quite Indiana Jones, but when we were in Denver and you were trying on those dusters, that
Yeah.
leather one, I was kind of surprised we didn't walk out of the store with that one.
If it wasn't like $200, then I totally fucking would have. Yeah. Wait till you see me with a bullwhip. Um,
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck. But yeah, so we're doing Indy today. And that's the fast. I didn't know this is the reason that you wanted to be an anthropology major, or that you went
Hmm.
into anthropology. I didn't know that. That's fucking nuts, which is crazy. And I'll tell you, it's also really funny that we're doing this episode, like, especially after like just watching Last Crusade, like the dad son stuff. Um,
I wanted to get into that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what kind of dad do you think Sean Connery is? And obviously, very different than the father I was.
yes,
Um,
yeah. We could
but
start very different.
but he did
Yeah.
make the comment where he wasn't on you, like he gave you a lot of, or Sean Connery made the comment that he gave Indiana Jones a lot of freedom. And I think that is a similar, or in comparison, we were similar in that respect.
I would
You
agree.
did have a lot of freedom.
100%. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, and it was never anything where like the yeah, like you were never like super overbearing or anything like that. It was always just like I trust you to do your thing and yeah. So which I always appreciated. So
Hmm.
um but yeah, in most other respects very different. But but yeah, yeah, I mean I guess some stuff at the top. It'd probably be helpful to like talk about some of the creatives that were involved in this. So we already mentioned George Lucas. So he came up with this idea like after he did American Graffiti. And I remember there was something where he was just like, I could do this space opera idea that I have, or I could do this thing about an archaeologist. And he chose the space opera, which ended up being Star Wars.
Hmm.
And yeah, and then he tapped Spielberg because they're buddies, and then they were off to the races. Yeah, I know we talked about Harrison Ford. So what? Uh, so I mean, yeah, and we mentioned Lucas, but like, what's your relationship with like Spielberg?
Well, I mean, same thing with more so. I probably, as far as movies seen, and
Hmm.
Spielberg's probably just done more movies than Lucas.
Oh, way
But in
more.
the 80s, it seemed like a lot of the summer blockbuster big hits were Spielberg hits.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so, I mean, I've seen a lot of his movies growing up.
yeah,
Um, and, you know, I enjoy because he did like, so, oh my God, and I don't have a list of
I
Spielberg's
got it.
things. So, like, but like Close Encounters was the
Yeah,
Spielberg one. So that was
yeah.
like a space one that was like kind of a big one during the 80s. Uh, was E.T. Spielberg?
E.T. Yes.
E.T.
Yeah, so he does this is his little run that he goes on. So he starts off with Sugarland Express. That's his first theatrical feature. He did a TV movie before that called Duel. But then he
Uh-huh.
goes Jaws, Close Encounters, 1941, then Raiders, E.T. He directed a segment for the Twilight Zone movie, Indy again, Color Purple, Empire of the Sun, and then Last Crusade. And then in the 90s, he's just on a fucking tear. Hook, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park 2, Amistad, and Saving Private Ryan. And then even, I mean, that even creeps in the fucking 21st century. Like, AI, Minority Report, and Catch Me If You Can, and The Terminal, and War of the Worlds, Munich. He makes a fourth Indiana Jones movie. And yeah, it's nuts. Like he basically just hasn't stopped since 1975. Like he's just
Hmm.
always been like at the center of movies, which is just wild. Like,
Yeah, and he does fantasy real good with like the Jurassic Park, the ET. You know, some of
yeah,
them are space related. Jurassic Park obviously isn't space, but it's still
mhm,
kind of like a fantasy world
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah,
And they're just great popcorn movies.
yeah,
And you know, we'll talk about how well Indy holds up. I think some of the movies, and we're just doing the original trilogy.
That's
I
right. Yeah.
think a couple of them hold up pretty good. Some of them maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Um, and you kind of on that same page too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and one of the things when I was looking back at this, and where was George Lucas in his life when he was writing this?
Yeah.
I found that he wanted to kind of do a hero um, based off the heroes that he kind of watched
Yeah.
growing up. And I never thought about this until just the last few days.
Yeah.
But Indiana Jones does feel a little James Bondish
Yes. Yeah.
in and I never ever made that connection before
Hmm.
where probably not the healthiest viewpoint towards women and like
Yeah.
yeah, and we're
Yes.
looking at this through the lens of whether this was 40 pushing almost 50 years ago
Yeah.
when these came out
Raiders was
but
45 years ago. Yeah.
James Bond wasn't exactly the most enlightened man in the way he interacted with women. And
No, he was.
Indiana Jones, when I was watching especially in like the Last Crusade, uh,
Yo, he was
like
modern.
when he just like forcefully kisses a woman that is saying no, and then she changes her mind, but like I don't know like how well that holds
That's
up.
not how it works.
Yeah, exactly. Like looking through that or looking at that through today's lens,
Yeah. Yeah.
that could be a little problematic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or more than a little problematic.
Yeah.
That is problematic.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
what's that Family Guy joke? It's like 50 no's and a yes means yes.
yeah.
Connery, the Connery
Uh huh.
line.
Uh
Like,
huh.
yeah. No, so that's funny. So that came up when I was looking at stuff because Spielberg wanted to do a Bond movie.
Hmm.
And that was like that's why he got interested in the story. Is because like Lucas pitched it to him was like, yeah, this is kind of like a James Bond thing. And Lucas was really inspired by like the there was like the serials from when he was younger. So it's like, they're like 10 to 15 part like mini movies. Uh
Hmm.
and yeah. And so he wanted to do something like that, but he just wanted to like modernize it and like make it yeah, just make it bigger and do his version of it. Which is fucking fascinating because I mean Star Wars happened because he wanted to do like a Flash Gordon thing. Um which is nuts. Like that Flash Gordon turns into fucking Star Wars. Uh
Hmm.
but yeah, and there was another really interesting thing where like they were conceiving like the stunts first, and then they basically just tried to like they hired Lawrence Kasdan who also worked with them on Empire um
With the screenplay.
with the screenplay, yeah, to like just basically string a narrative through everything.
Hmm.
uh yeah, so it's
Interesting. I
yeah,
did not know that. So the stunts, they tried to write a script and
yeah.
incorporate, like they had ideas for stunts and they had all these individual ones and then they just needed a story to like connect them all.
Exactly, yeah. And so it's actually really interesting because like if you look at the screenwriting credits for everything, Lucas
Hmm.
doesn't have a screenwriting credit on any of these movies. He didn't write these. What he did, I think, for the way I understand it, is he would write a treatment. So he would write like anywhere from like, you know, like 10 to maybe 20 pages. And he'd be like,
Hmm.
okay, cool, like high level outline, set piece one, set piece two, hit some of these beats, stuff like that. And he'd write that and then he'd give that to the screenwriters. That's why he has a story credit. And
Uh,
then be like, go fill in the gaps and make it a thing, and I'll executive produce and give you notes and stuff like
hmm.
that. Like I think that's kind of how he really worked. Because the funny thing about George Lucas is like he actually hasn't made that many movies. He's only directed 6 films.
Hmm.
It's crazy. Because like it feels like he looms so large in like the mind of so many people, and like he's created so much stuff, but like he only has story credits and executive producer credits on Indiana Jones movies, which is strange. Um, uh,
But the
yeah,
character of Indiana Jones is his creation.
he created it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's also the creator of it. But but yeah, and I mean, and his fingerprints are like all over everything. It's just like when you actually look at like the credits, it's interesting, like um, to see like how he was involved
Hmm.
with stuff. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I've been getting more into Spielberg, and these movies are fascinating to kind of like look back on because I think when I normally think of Spielberg, I think of like E.T. is like the thing that I just think of.
Hmm.
Uh, and
Like that's the movie that will be on his tombstone.
I don't know. I mean, that's almost seems like an impossible decision, but it's just like that's just like the first when I think of like Spielberginess,
Hmm.
or like if like a Spielbergian movie, like I just think E.T. Um because especially like with everything that like Stranger Things did with like kids on bicycles. Uh
Hmm.
like it's just like okay, yeah, it's like that DNA is just everywhere. It feels like and but it's really interesting to like to find out like he actually has so much more to him because I think it's like the thing because I think a very similar thing happened to me with like Scorsese. It's just like okay, it's like Goodfellas, and all those movies are gangster movies and they're Goodfellas, but like they're actually not. Like they're actually really really different. Like Wolf of Wall Street, Departed, Irishman, uh, Taxi Driver, Age of Innocence, Kundun, all that stuff. Anyways,
Hmm.
this isn't a Scorsese pod, but it's like, and I haven't seen all of Spielberg's films. He's made a fuck ton. I think 35 is the total count. But yeah, it's really interesting just to see like the variety and also like some of the specific themes that he returns to, like especially with like the dad son stuff, um, which is very much a it's a motif that he
Hmm.
loves to return to.
Yeah.
Um,
So who's the better father, Darth Vader or Sean Connery?
oh fuck, God. Oh shit.
Well, is it Abner or no? No, it was Abner.
Abner Ravenwood from the first
Yeah, no,
movie.
I was thinking like was Sean Connery's character in the is it
Henry.
Henry?
Henry. Yeah.
Henry, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Henry Jones Sr.
Henry or Anakin? Which one's
Yeah.
the better? They were both absent fathers.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's crazy because Henry has so much in common with fucking Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters. It because like Close Encounters is basically just like the Last Crusade from the perspective of uh the dad. Like because like if Last Crusade is like it's from Indy's perspective, like Close Encounters is just from the perspective of the father, which is really interesting.
Huh.
Like he's on his own thing with the Grail. Yeah, the Grail being aliens.
Yeah, I will remember. I don't remember too much about Close Encounters, but I
Mhm.
remember at the end, and I hope I'm not wrong here, but they communicated through flashing lights, right? And
Bingo.
kind of noise, like
Bingo.
not music, but like kind
Yeah.
of, and that was like the way they connected. I remember that
Mhm.
always being really interesting
Yeah.
uh, with Close Encounters.
Mhm.
It was like, it wasn't a scary invasion, it was a friendly reaching out
Yeah, for sure.
kind of way to end.
Yeah. 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 And I think it's like it's a sweet sentiment, like in the Spielberg movies that a lot of times like the aliens are like the good guys. Like in War
Hmm.
of the Worlds, they're the bad guys, but like
Hmm.
it's also just like they're misunderstood or whatever. Or they're to teach us a lesson, whatever. But but yeah, Yeah, no, World of not World of Worlds. World of Worlds is good too, but Close Encounters. That would be another really interesting father son pod.
I'd have to rewatch that. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that in a long, long time.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, Spielberg made all three of these movies. I think technically they're fucking incredible. And we can talk more about that as we dive deeper into it. But Harrison Ford, you had a lot of Harrison Ford stuff. This exercise seemed to be a bit of a revelation to you. Do you
Yeah,
wanna?
yeah, I couldn't. He had quite the run,
Yeah.
and well, I mean, he's had quite the run throughout his whole life. And I was talking with Brent last night, and I didn't
Mhm.
fact check this, but I
Pod.
think at one point he was the highest grossing like blockbuster draw. Um
Oh.
or I don't know if that still holds up or not.
Oh,
Um
like his box office totals based of all the films.
yeah, was like he
Yeah.
was like the number one grossing.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, he it was
up there.
yeah, I would think so. And you know, he's gotten older and slowed down, but maybe at one point that was accurate. But in the early 80s, it went like back to back to back to back years. It was Empire in 1980, then Raiders of the Lost Ark in 81, Blade Runner in 82, Return of the Jedi in 83, Temple of Doom in 84, and then I think was it Witness was 85? Was that the movie in 85 Witness, which is
Yeah.
also a really good movie. That's interesting, and it takes place, not too far from Grandy, up in that was like the Amish country. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, 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 no. I haven't seen it, but yeah, I do want to watch it. And by the way, I have the list here. Um okay. Okay, so yeah, right now the field's kind of bloated because of Marvel and everything
Mm.
because
Yeah, well, like I say, you have to like if you dialed it back to like because then he went on another run in the mid '90s where he was Jack Ryan
for sure. Yeah.
and with Patriot Games, and so if you cut it off at like maybe '97 or something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. So
um,
so so I have up until 2000, he had sold the ninth most tickets estimated
oh, okay,
um of anybody. So, um which is pretty interesting.
hmm.
Uh yeah. But yeah,
So do
just
tickets sold and like gross box office? Are they? You would think there's some correlation, but is it an
yeah,
exact correlation?
it's kind of a way to like correct for inflation. Um
Oh, okay.
Kind of, but the thing is, like, I don't think actual like ticket sales are counted. I don't think like the number of tickets, like, I don't think they don't go by attendance. Like they actually count like the number, like the actual dollar amount. So,
Hmm.
I think it's like they're trying to reverse engineer the popularity through the ticket sales.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, pre Marvel, fucking huge. He
Hmm.
was the fucking guy. I mean, he basically kind of like, I mean, what if he was a superhero twice, basically three times actually. I mean,
Yeah.
he was Han Solo, he was Indiana Jones, he was Jack Ryan. Did he play any other like? I mean,
Well, those are the three franchises because I was trying to think of somebody that is on par with Harrison Ford
yeah,
being like an action
for
hero.
sure.
Um, that was involved in so many franchises because like Arnold Schwarzenegger was kind of an action hero. He had Terminator
Hmm.
and like Predator, but like, and they were kind of franchise, but like they're just nothing. And Sylvester Stallone had Rambo and Rocky,
Hmm.
where those are pretty big franchises.
Yeah.
Um, but like Harrison Ford was just kind of different. Like he was an action hero, but he almost doesn't feel like he belongs in the same category as Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
No, he wasn't like I have to lift a truck now or something.
Yeah, it wasn't the
Yeah,
muscle and brawn and like carrying around guns.
for
It
sure.
was, I mean, he had a gun, but it wasn't. It was always like a revolver. It was, the whip was more of his signature weapon
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Indiana Jones. Um, but yeah, I mean, he's made some very Harrison Ford has made some very good career choices.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, yeah, I mean, he's yeah, like aligning himself with that with like Coppola, Lucas, and Spielberg that way. I mean he's also worked with Mike Nichols and um yeah, I mean a bunch of other people. But yeah, I mean because he has like a bit part in The Conversation, he has a bit part in Apocalypse Now, he's in American Graffiti, like he's like around in the 70s and he's poking his head up a little bit. And then I mean Star Wars is like the big one. Um
mhm.
when he, goes electric. But yeah, he's fucking great in these movies. And it's just cool to see like an old school like maybe not old school, but like just a regular just like movie star performance. He's just being cool. He's center of the frame. Like he has his shit handled. Like he also became a movie star much later in life. Like
Mhm.
he was 35 in A New Hope. He was 35 in Star
Oh, wow.
like he was born in 42. Um so yeah.
Wow.
So he was around for like a while. So I mean he's almost 40 by the time he becomes Indiana Jones.
Wow,
Uh
so he's pushing 90? Like mid 80s now? Is he 85? Am I doing the math right?
he's 83.
83. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll turn 84 this year.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
That's crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
Um but
Uh,
yeah, no, you're right. And I love it's funny cuz like Indiana Jones is kind of like if Han Solo was an archaeologist,
exactly.
he
Yeah.
would be Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He's got like that snarky kind of the humor and the a little bit of gruffness about him,
Mhm.
but there's a certain intelligence, like a worldliness type of intelligence about him
Yeah.
that guides him, uh, through these adventures. Um, and I connect with that. I like that. I
Yeah.
enjoy that. It feels funny with like it's not haha funny tell a joke. It's like funny in the sense of the sentiment of wit in the way it's delivered.
For sure.
And yeah, Harrison Ford has a good way of delivering that. Oh shit!
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. And I think like the character of Indiana Jones I think is really interesting because like he's actually on his back foot a lot more than I remembered him being. Like he's not James Bond in the sense like I got this shit under control. I always have the perfect gadget, like whatever. It's
Mhm.
like he gets his ass kicked and like he gets tricked sometimes and or like he falls into a trap or shit like that. Like, that shit happens all the time. I mean, he straight up drinks the poison in Temple of Doom, which
Yeah.
pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, he gets double crossed a lot. Like
He gets
he's always like
yeah,
having to re-steal something that got stolen from
exactly. Yeah.
him.
Yeah, well that's the whole bit in Raiders. What does Belloc say? I should have written it down. And once again,
Yeah.
Mr. Jones, something that you had taken, I am taking from you. Whatever it
Like
says.
when he's at the top of Well of Souls
Yeah,
and
yeah.
or yeah, when he's at in the map room.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when Indy's at the bottom of the map room or the
Yeah,
Well
it
of
would
Souls or something. Yeah, I know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And he says it in I think they're in South America when he takes the little idol thingy,
Hmm.
whatchamacallit, with the big boulder ball thing.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Belloc, hilarious. We're gonna spend some time on that. Real quick, some casting stuff for Indy. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see like who all was in talks to be Indiana Jones?
No, no.
So these are just some names that are getting thrown around. They want, and it's kind of funny, like because they wanted like relative unknowns. I cherry picked from the biggest names, but Bill Murray, Nick Nolte, Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Jack Nicholson, Jeff Bridges, Sam Elliott, David Hasselhoff, and Tom Selleck. And it was almost Tom Selleck, and it actually would have been Tom Selleck, but he had to shoot Magnum PI. But then he opted out. But then ironically, there was an actor strike, and so they weren't shooting Magnum PI. So then he could have done it. So it was strange. It's like they thought he wasn't going to be available, but then he was available. But
Uh-huh.
Ford was already cast by that point. So it was really strange. But yeah, imagining some of those names like Jeff Bridges. I'd watch that movie.
Uh-huh.
That sounds kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. I mean, like at this point,
yeah.
it's so hard to imagine anyone else now having
Mhm.
seen it. But
Yeah,
yeah, um, yeah. I guess yeah. It's trying to picture somebody playing that character.
for sure.
And Harrison Ford just feels so perfect because Indy does kind of feel like a Han Solo type guy.
Yeah.
Which I wonder if Lucas, like, if that's what Lucas sees himself or wishes he saw himself as.
Oh, like that's his avatar or something?
Yeah, like if he could be as cool as he wanted to be in real life, is that what Lucas would actually be?
Oh, interesting. That's fascinating. Yeah. Um yeah. Well, it's interesting because I know Lucas's whole thing is like he's huge on like archetypes and like all like the Joseph Campbell stuff that we talked about before. So it's just like but I mean, it's funny because all of those archetypes are just so ripe for projection. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
so easy to just take whatever is in the world, whatever's in you, and just throw it right onto those. And then you make up a situation and then just like say, okay, this is how they would go about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. Like I wouldn't be surprised at all if there was like some sort of like alchemy in how those two things interacted because like yeah, it yeah, because I guess I'm just thinking like, who is like the Han Solo of like the prequel trilogy? Because like when he comes back and he's like, I'm making these movies, I'm doing the thing. Like,
Um, yeah, maybe
yeah,
Obi-Wan to a certain extent, like the way,
yeah. Obi-Wan's kind of a dork though.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he does kind of have like the one-liners, just more the attitude. It's
for
not the
sure,
same cool factor,
for sure. Yeah.
but like maybe some of the like dialogue in the sense that like it's a little bit like offhand jokey kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
with
know.
the way with like him paired with Liam Neeson or
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah, yeah.
um and because it's not like the Hayden Christensen as Anakin. He's
Mhm.
not like that.
No.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. And maybe I'm trying to find something that doesn't exist there.
yeah, there's
Like,
or that it just isn't there.
yeah, yeah. But that popped in my mind. But the Harrison Ford stuff, like with between the original trilogy and Indy, it's like that's like undeniable, and it's just like uh, I think it's actually really smart for him to like be both of those characters, like because they're different enough, but it's still just like, yeah, I'm the cool guy.
Hmm.
And like and there's still like a transformational aspect to it, which is really interesting. Like it's not just like, oh, that's Harrison Ford. It's like, oh no, that's Han Solo. That's Indiana Jones. Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, it's really interesting. But anyways, my gears were turning when I saw all those casting rumors.
Uh-huh.
Whether or not they know it's true, whether or not it's true, who knows? But uh, so do you for like so they made another Indiana Jones movie 3 years ago. Did you see it?
Hmm. I've
Yeah,
seen all like because there was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Was that the
yeah.
first like when they came back to the franchise.
Yeah,
Was the first,
Shia LaBeouf is his kid. Yeah.
right, where Shia is this kid with and Marion is the mom, right?
Is Karen Allen in that?
No, but I mean, like this, like that's where his character, like his character's mother is Marion, right?
Oh,
I think so. I don't. It's been a while because I didn't.
I'm
They
looking it
were
up right
okay.
now.
Like they were easy watches, but I didn't love them.
Yeah.
Just like going back to the new Star Warses, it's like okay, like I kind of feel like the originals stand on a or are on a pedestal that the other ones are never gonna be close to.
Mm,
Um, and yeah, was Dial of Destiny. Was that the very very last one?
yeah. Yeah, that was three
Yeah,
years
I
ago.
I did see that one.
Okay.
And was there a third one, or was it
No.
just those two?
No, there's only 5 movies.
Oh, five. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, I did see that. And I know the Crystal Skull's the one where it was aliens at the end, right? And
Yeah, it was
everybody kind of
aliens.
gave it shit over that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then Dial. I'm trying to remember the plot, like for Dial of Destiny.
Yeah. I didn't see it actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, but I guess I was wondering. It's like Harrison Ford, like we said, is he's 80, 83 now, gonna be 84, and it's like, do you like? Is it a thing like? I don't know if this is morbid or not, but like Indiana Jones dies with Harrison Ford, or are you like maybe pass the baton? That might be interesting. I don't know.
No, I am very much don't, because that's one of my issues with Marvel
Yeah.
is they keep rebooting these and it's a different
Mhm.
actor. Like to
Yeah.
me, Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man. All the other ones are invalid.
Yeah.
Christian Bale is Batman. I know you love, your Patterson boy, but
I
like
do.
all the other
Yeah.
Batmans are invalid. Once you've kind of rebooted, like I'm okay leaving Michael Keaton because
Oh,
it's such an expanse. Just like, Adam West is,
yeah.
Batman. Like
Yeah.
Batman doesn't die with Adam West or
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Uh,
But to me, like this constant rebooting
yeah.
and recasting, I don't love it. Like
Mhm.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
So for me, yes, there would be no other Indiana Jones.
Interesting.
Maybe like 50 years from now, like,
Yeah.
your kids, they reboot the franchise and it's
Yeah.
whoever it would be in the early 2100s or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine, but
Yeah.
not in my lifetime. In
Gotcha.
my lifetime, don't reboot Indiana Jones.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, so I asked because Kingdom of the Crystal Skull like tried to like it was like a soft baton pass to Shia.
Uh-huh.
Um, like they tested the waters and it was don't do it.
Yeah, well, in that sense, like if it's his kid and it's like the franchise and it's not the same character, like
mm,
I'd be okay because
yeah,
I don't mind. Like I know people have issues
yeah,
with Shia LaBeouf or
yeah,
and like I thought he did decent.
yeah.
Like, and if it was like his son going on adventures, that's fine, but
Uh,
not him being Indiana Jones and like
yeah,
remaking Raiders of the Lost or doing a movie like in between Raiders and Temple. And it's
for
like,
sure.
okay, here's another actor telling a story of like an adventure that happened in between Raiders and Temple, Temple to Crusade.
100%.
Like, I
Yeah.
would not, I mean, nobody's going to ask me, but like, I would not be okay with that.
Well, I'm asking you. No, but so I don't mean like straight up like recast, just like, hey, this guy is Indiana Jones. Like maybe it's like shy situation. This guy's Henry the Third, or
Mhm.
shout out Logan Yox. I thought he had a fucking awesome idea about this. It was
Okay.
basically doing it like Princess Bride style, and it was the idea where it's like, uh, Harrison Ford is like old Indy in his house. He's retired, whatever, and he like meets this kid, young man, something like that, and he basically tells it, and he tells the kid the story of like what he did, something like that. But the kid imagines himself in the place of Indy.
Ah,
So like, so so like he's not Indiana Jones, but it's just like, and so
listening to the story, he's putting himself in that.
exactly. So like you can get like it's like a flashback thing with a new actor. Harrison Ford's still in it, and then I thought his best idea was that Logan's best idea was that like at the end, like Harrison Ford like gives him all of his journals or something, or like shows him
Mm,
like his room with all of his artifacts, or takes him to the museum or something like that, where he like
right.
can see all the stuff, and then like there are more stories for him to uncover, which is like,
Uh-huh.
I was like, is that fucking genius? Like, I,
Yeah,
like,
I could.
I don't think anyone's gonna make that movie, but
Uh-huh.
like, because if you're having Harrison Ford in, you're gonna make him do Indiana Jones stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I was just like, is this fucking cool? It sounded really fucking cool to me. So, yeah. But anyways, I just want to shout out Logan's idea. Um,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of because he's a teacher. I mean, that's what Indiana Jones kind
he
of
is
is.
yeah, yeah, exactly. He's a
You
professor.
could just
So,
set it up where he's teaching a class and a kid sitting there like this,
yeah,
daydreaming during class and
yeah,
imagining the tales of Indiana
yeah.
Jones.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like yeah. Um I feel like there are some of those avenues open, but I don't know if like we need that. But it's like the someone's gonna keep doing something, and it's
Hmm.
just like hope they do it creatively. Hope it's good. I'm sure I'll see
Hmm.
an Indiana Jones movie at some point. Um
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess the last massive creative leg that I feel like we should touch on before we actually get into all the shit. John Williams.
Yes, I know. That's right at the top of my list. Like
Yeah.
another the indie theme. As soon as you hear it, you know what you're listening to. Yeah. And
Yeah.
when they bring it in, like, like he hops on a horse and he's riding to like go chase down the ark and save the day,
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, oh man, here comes our hero. Like
Uh,
he's riding, on the mission to, you know, clinch victory from the jaws of defeat.
yeah.
It feels like the music feels like that. Like John Williams is so good, and we said it in Star Wars. Like the music tells you what to feel, and when
Yeah.
you listen to it, you just instinctively feel that.
Yeah.
That is a really amazing talent as a composer to do that with a worldwide audience. I don't think anybody listens to that and doesn't feel the exact same thing that everyone else in the world is feeling when they hear that.
Yeah. I mean, I think he just has like the most just like right from the jump, like just like instant immediately recognizable musical cues. Like
Hmm.
even between like Jaws, Star Wars, and like Indie, like who else has three that you can just like you can just hum it to yourself, and you know it,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
I
And
have no fucking clue. Like there are a bunch of other composers that I like, but like they don't have that. Like um
I guess Danny Elfman is probably the only one that maybe could be. I don't think there's anyone in the
yeah,
conversation with John Williams. The
no.
only one that would be at the top of the next tier below him, I would say, is maybe Danny Elfman.
I mean, I think Danny Elfman has a case for number two. Hans Zimmer is one of my
Yeah,
guys.
Hans
I
Zimmer.
really like Hans Zimmer. Um, and yeah, but I mean, I mean, I love Nine Inch Nails and their scores, but they're not
Hmm.
fucking John Williams level. Like, I can't hum
Yeah.
their thing like that. It doesn't just pop into my head like that. Um, yeah, so it's fucking nuts. The shit that he's doing. And especially like in relation to Star Wars, and it's also fucking nuts. He scored every Star Wars movie except for the newest one,
Hmm.
Mando and Grogu, and and he scored all but five of Spielberg's films, which is
Okay.
insane. Um, so like they are
Did
like,
he do even the newest Indiana Jones?
yeah, he did. Actually, yeah, and yeah, he scored all the indie movies, and yeah.
All the Jaws ones, like even the later years ones?
Oh, I don't think he scored anything other than the first Jaws movie. Um, yeah,
Huh.
because yeah, I think those are just like completely different creative teams
Uh,
that did those Jaws movies. Because like I remember Spielberg saying that he was offered, but then turned it down because he was like,
hmm.
we blew up the shark. What do you want to what are
Yeah.
you gonna do? We blew it up.
Uh-huh.
um, yeah. Didn't stop him with the Death Star though. Anyway, blew it up. What are we gonna do?
Uh-huh.
I think the last thing for me here, we don't have to stay on this too long, is just the Lego games for this.
Yes.
Huge, huge, huge.
Yeah.
The Lucasfilm Lego games, because there was the Star Wars one, which we played a fuck ton of.
Yeah, we did.
Was like, oh my god, dude, that shit was dope, bro. Being Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan,
Uh-huh.
those droids up. That was a blast. PS2, bro. Fucking nuts.
hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know if we played the indie one together, but the indie one was great. It
hmm.
was it
I
was a lot of
remember
fun.
more like the Batman,
Oh,
like
The Batman one.
yeah, like I remember those more than,
Yeah,
and the Star Wars more than indie, but Lego definitely had, an idea there where
for
they
sure.
made those games for kids, and it just worked so well.
Hmm. Yeah, because I mean, like, it's because there are so many puzzles and there's so much like, I mean, like beating up bad guys. You can do that too, like car chases. Like it's like, yeah, it was so ripe for adaptation in that way,
hmm.
which was, and it fucking worked. I loved it.
Yeah, and it worked where you could be 3 years old or 30 years old, like the kid and the dad, like with you and I
Yeah.
at the time, because you were probably about 3, 4, 5 when that started, and I
Uh,
put a controller in your hand.
oh yeah. Oh, that. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I don't know, cause I know there it kind of happened in two phases because it was us playing PS2 games, which was Lego Star Wars. I think that was the first one.
Hmm.
Um, and then it was the DS, and that's when stuff got kicked
Oh,
into
yeah.
overload.
Yeah, and I didn't really play those handheld
No,
ones.
no, yeah. Yeah, but like the Lego games on the DS, that was fucking huge. And I was probably like 5, 6, 7 in that
Okay.
when I got that,
Hmm.
probably if I had to guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out in when I was 6 in '08.
Oh, okay.
So uh yeah, so maybe sometime around then.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I was already super conversant in Star Wars and everything like that, and I knew of Indiana Jones, and yeah, so
Yeah, it's weird that Indiana Jones and with Lucas, because he already knew he had something with the toys with Star Wars,
mhm,
that he didn't do more toy wise
yeah,
with Indiana Jones. Because there was right, I mean, there was lots of characters that
for
you could
sure.
have had action figures. You could have had maybe not not ships, but like vehicles,
Yeah.
like tanks and motorcycles and things like that
Mhm,
that you could have made, and the sets like where you like the locations where you'd have like a
mhm,
certain
yeah,
locale
yeah,
uh, where you could do that. And he never really. I don't ever remember playing with Indiana Jones toys.
yeah. No, I wonder if it has anything to do with like the bad guys in two of the three movies are Nazis, and it's like
Oh yeah, that would have been a little problematic.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And so like,
Yeah.
so it's like I don't know if like, but
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
can't be slapping a swastika on toys and selling it to kids.
yeah, yeah, because like the fucking
Yeah.
yeah, because like having like an indie action figure would be fucking dope. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if I'd want like any other character though. Like,
Hmm.
because I would want like uh fuck the bad guy from Temple of Doom. What's his face?
Oh, yeah,
Molarun?
or
Mol
what was his name? But like the Kali Ma guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kali Ma.
That
Yeah, that
yeah.
guy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, like having that guy would be cool, but it's like I'm trying to think it's like who else I would want. Like it's like do I want a
Well, the
Belloc
guy from
character?
Raiders, with the glasses that his face melts at the end. His
Yeah.
hand gets the
Yeah, 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 yeah,
thing
yeah.
burned.
Fucked.
That's
Yeah.
another thing Brent told me. I don't know if this is true. We didn't like research any of this, but we were
Uh,
because I was talking to him last night,
yeah.
and I was telling him I was coming on to talk about this, and he said that originally that guy, whatever his name was gonna have a robotic arm
Yes.
and a like robotic eye or something like that was the
Yeah.
original design for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true?
Yeah, and it was gonna be like, or at least according to Wikipedia. Um, but yeah, it was gonna be like a robotic arm thing, and
Hang
yeah,
on.
he was. You're good. Um, but yeah, it was gonna be like a robotic arm, and it was gonna be like detachable. He was gonna be able to like put like a flamethrower on it, or like a machine gun, or something like that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, they had a bunch of crazy ideas. It's actually really interesting, like when you go back to the research to see like the push pull between like Spielberg and Lucas. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there's like a really funny thing that I came across with. I mean, well, depends on your sense of humor. Um, but Lucas's original idea for Marion's backstory with Indy was that she had a relationship with him when she was 11.
Oh.
Yeah, and and Spielberg like she has to be, he was like she'd better be older. Yeah. Yeah, and apparently the backstory that Karen Allen came up with herself was that she was 15 or 16. So I don't know what they were on with the underage relationship thing.
Is Karen Allen the actress that played
Yeah.
Marion?
Yeah, the actress that played Marion.
Was she ever in anything else?
Yeah, yeah, she was in some stuff. Well, she comes back in Crystal Skull.
But I mean, like other
Yeah.
franchises.
Oh, what else was she in? Well, she was in Cruising. She was Pacino's girlfriend in Cruising, which bonkers movie. Yeah. Scrooged.
Oh.
Um, yeah. Oh, and she's in Dial of Destiny too. No fucking way.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but oh, she was in Animal House. That was her film debut.
Uh,
So yeah, but but yeah, you wanna get into these movies, dog?
yeah, let's do it.
All right. Off the dome, what's your ranking?
Okay. So this was a tough one because I'm usually the guy that goes with like the first one is typically my
Yeah.
go-to number one. But for me, like The Last Crusade, it's tough to pick a one and two
Yeah.
between those. I would I almost lean towards Last Crusade as one,
Real.
Raiders of the Lost Ark as two, and then Temple of Doom's my definite three. That's the easiest one for me to rank.
Temple of Doom is three.
Is
Yeah.
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 I
Yeah.
did not think that one held up as well. Um,
Tough.
and the stereotypical female, like the damsel in distress kind of thing,
He
and
sucks. It's
and then
fault though.
Short Round being, kind of uh like the Asian
Yeah, it's a
stereotype,
good pick.
you
Yeah,
know, I don't think is great.
yeah.
So God damn, I'm sorry, man. This freaking phone. Um, yeah, so that's my definite ranking, 1 through 3.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna go Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then Temple of Doom.
Interesting. Okay. I'm Raiders, Crusade, and then Temple of Doom. Yeah,
Hmm.
Temple of Doom, uh, bro, it
It's
just
tough to watch. Like the beginning is so, I
yeah.
think it's so cheesy and
Yeah.
so far fetched. Like,
Yeah.
and the way they're shooting the machine, like in the very opening scenes, like the
Um,
way they're shooting the machine guns, and then jumping out the window, going through like the
yeah.
awnings down, and then of course Short Round the kid pulls up in the car, and you just like drop right in and
Uh,
drive off, and then you're in the plane, and you open the raft, like
yeah.
you jump out of a plane and like a life raft,
Yeah.
and you're just okay. uh, that's that's pretty, that's tough to swallow, on
Yeah.
top of like some of the, like, like the way the Asians are portrayed in that.
Yeah.
um
Yeah. Not a favorable depiction of India. Um,
no, and then
I would say. Yeah. Yeah. Tough time to have a white savior narrative in your
yeah.
in your film. Um, yeah. Also, hilarious thing. Indy's sidekick who gets shot immediately. His name's Wuhan,
Uh-huh.
which is kind of funny. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Temple of Doom's a real good reminder that Spielberg just gets goofy every once in a while. He just
Hmm.
he just he's like, you know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna do some bits.
Yeah, and that one, it's like, it's weird that he's not a professor at all. He like does not go to
Yeah,
the
he's only in the
classroom.
field. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's no like correlation to that.
Mm,
And then the other thing with that one is the PG-13 rating.
yeah.
For the longest time, I thought that was the very first PG-13 movie,
Mm,
and it wasn't. Red Dawn came out. I think they were all kind of coming out at the same time, but
yeah.
Red Dawn was the first movie released with the PG-13, but the Flamingo Kid was the first one that was actually rated PG-13.
Mm,
So I guess Red Dawn just got released first.
yeah.
Um, and
Interesting.
then Temple of Doom was right out there, and that it was supposed to come out as PG, but Spielberg was the one that wanted it PG-13 because he thought it was too violent.
Yeah.
And it's funny watching it, like that's considered too violent.
Yeah.
Um, because it doesn't feel very violent,
No, I
compared to
mean,
with today's standards.
yeah, because it's a lot of like the style of violence and like it's guys punching each other. There's very little blood. If someone gets stabbed, you're not gonna like you don't get a close up of the wound or anything
Hmm.
like that. Um like there is like the blood stuff that's I think tonally these movies are really interesting because like it's not like a kids movie, but it's not like a straight up like they're not going super hard, and especially like when you juxtapose a lot of that violence with like the sense of humor, and it's
Hmm.
like it's lots of like I think a series that I was thinking about a lot when I was watching this was Pirates of the Caribbean, which obviously came afterwards, but like they kind of took that like stunt choreography like fighting thing to like the next level, it feels like and just how those like set pieces are constructed. But
Hmm.
yeah, like with the violence and everything. Like I mean, like in Temple of Doom, like that guy gets sucked under that fucking steamroller thing. I don't know how
Yeah.
you call that. And it's just like holy shit. Like That's nuts. And in the first one, you have the fucking propeller. The
Uh-huh. But
that
you never like see it, like you see the blood splat like on the roller.
yeah,
You just see, you don't actually see him getting mashed. I think the most
exactly.
violent thing you actually see is the end of Raiders, where like the face melts.
The face melt, and I would put the Temple of Doom Kali Ma thing in
Oh,
there.
the
Yeah,
ripping the heart out.
ripping the
Yeah,
heart out. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But that guy doesn't die. Not
No, well,
from
that's
that.
weird. The other thing with Indiana Jones that I kind of made a note, because it kind of crosses, it teeters on the border of being realistic, like this guy could actually exist, but then also the supernatural still kind of existing, because
Yes,
when, Raiders of the Lost Ark could really happen all the way up until the arcs actually opened, and then like the spirits or whatever come out and start killing all the Nazis.
exactly. Yeah,
That's when it gets a little supernatural.
yeah.
Just like with Temple, like everything could have really happened until he rips his heart out, and then the wound like
It
heals.
closes back up, and then they lower him into the lava anyways, and then
Mm-hmm.
the heart like
Burst
combusts
into,
in his
yeah,
hand. But yeah, I think that's actually the only like that and like the glowing
yeah, the stones,
the stones, yeah, because they burn.
Shankara stones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at you remembering names. Uh, but yeah, because then they burn the guy's hand. But like those are like the only like two supernatural things that happen, and then
In Temple,
in Temple, and then with
yeah,
the Grail, um, they save Sean Connery, and there's the old guy in the
yeah, the guy that's
and
700 years old, still living in the.
yeah, and what's his face drinks it the wrong from the wrong cup. Uh,
Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah, uh, yeah.
Donovan.
Donovan. Yes, yeah, Donovan. But yeah, it's really funny to look back because back to Temple of Doom. Ke Huy Quan has an Oscar now, which is fucking nuts. Um, did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I don't think so. No.
No. Okay, he was the dad in that. Um,
What movie is that? Like what?
that
What's the?
that's like the Asian family that they kind of like get sucked into like different dimensions and stuff like that, and
Oh yeah, no,
it's like a
definitely not.
multiversal thing. It's really good. Came out like 4 years ago, but it's interesting and like uh he's had a really interesting journey because he was that child star. He was in this and the Goonies, and then he did fight choreography for a really long time.
Hmm.
And so then when he comes back and he's acting more now, he was like doing like kung fu in those movies and shit.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So what character is he in Temple of Doom?
short round.
Oh, that short round.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but yeah, tough, tough portrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
not
of it's a little like when they were playing cards at the
that's great.
campfire.
I love that. That
Yeah,
I was like,
I thought
yeah,
that was funny.
yeah, yeah. I was like, why isn't this the movie? Like,
Mhm.
because I was like, because you don't need her at all.
Yeah.
Like, which and I like I want to be clear, that is not her fault. That's not the actress's fault. Um,
No. Yeah. I mean, she had a job to do to read what was given to her.
yeah, I think it's just a badly written part. I just don't think people took the time and the care to like make that a real thing.
Yeah, because of the three female lead actresses between Marion, she's Willie, and
Yeah,
then Elsa.
yeah,
The at least Marion and Elsa had some substance to them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Elsa's also a Nazi, but she's a good Nazi.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Her heart's not in it.
uh-huh. She wanted the Grail for the wrong reasons, but
Yeah,
um
yeah,
I mean, like, at least they had a little bit of substance, where
yeah.
like I just don't think Willie had any substance at all.
No, they're like, but she sings.
Yeah.
So that's a personality.
Hmm.
But no, I mean Marion's by far the best. Karen Allen and her portrayal of everything, I think she's fucking fantastic. I
Yeah,
think
I think she was great in that role.
actually giving like a really really good performance.
Hmm.
I was very pleasantly surprised. I was like, she's not just like the girl in this. Yeah,
Yeah, she's got heart. She, like she
for sure.
outdrinks the guy in the bar
Yeah,
at
yeah,
when
that's
they
great.
first
Yeah.
introduce her. She
Mm,
was gonna, slip out of Belloc's tent like she was tricking him.
yeah,
Like, like stuff like that, was, I think, as much as you're gonna get from the 80s for a woman's character that's playing opposite the like leading man.
for sure.
Um, that's probably an interesting podcast too, like uh, for you guys to do like the development of women in film, because
Yeah,
all these are obviously written by men,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
and like how they just take there's a certain slant that they
Yeah,
ride pretty
yeah,
hard
yeah.
on.
Leading women draft,
Yeah,
maybe,
there you go.
maybe, yeah. Female
And the
stars.
evolution of women, the portrayal of women in film
Yeah,
would be an
yeah.
interesting thing for you and Lucas to explore.
That would be
Um,
fascinating because, yeah, and it's interesting because another thing I was thinking about a lot when I was watching these movies was Mission Impossible.
okay.
Because I felt like I really clearly saw like that translation. It's like, well, because ironically, like, I mean, Mission Impossible is also based off of a TV show. And
Hmm.
so like how everything happened because it was the serials from like the 30s that Lucas liked, then the Mission Impossible TV show, then Indy and like James Bond and all that shit, and then
Hmm.
Mission Impossible. But I think like Ilsa Faust, like Rebecca Ferguson's character in
Hmm.
Mission Impossible, just like that's so Karen Allen right there. Like I feel like you can see a lot of a lot of the women in Mission Impossible. I feel like you can see that archetype in Karen Allen's character, and I'm sure that that archetype goes back even further. But just like have that being the most recent thing that I've watched, I'm just like
Hmm.
see it like right there. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah. Um, but yeah, so I mean, so Raiders was my favorite, and um, yeah, it looks so good. Like it's nuts. Like the stuff that they're doing there is really cool. Like I think the thing that I was really impressed by, it's like when they're out and they're digging and everything like that. That whole
Hmm.
sequence is gorgeous. Like that shot when they're framed against like the sun, and like
Yeah, and they're
sun
up on the hill in the
and
right
they're up on
spot,
the
and everybody
hill.
else is in the wrong spot.
Indy has his hat on. He's like walking around. He's surveying the land and everything.
Uh
And
huh.
then the stuff that they do with like the cloud tank, like the way that they make the sky look.
Uh huh.
I've heard Spielberg talk about this because basically, like what you do is just like you have like like a tank of water with like a glass bottom, and then you have like a camera under it, and you're like you basically put paint in water, and then it like billows and it looks like clouds, and like that's how you make
Oh.
yeah, or maybe it's not paint exactly, but some sort of like dye
Uh
or something that
huh.
like you know, and that's how you make it's called a cloud tank. It's like a tank of liquid that makes clouds. Um,
Interesting.
and that's why it looks like that. And he does the same thing in Close Encounters, and it's really fucking fascinating.
And
Um,
that was this because I know you've said you watched the behind the scenes on Industrial Light and Magic. Was
yeah.
this part of that? Like, is that where you learned this?
I think that was just an interview, just him talking about how he's
Ah.
used cloud tanks before.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if this was in that specific because there's actually like not like a bunch of CGI. I would be. I mean, this had to have come up in the doc just because it was like so early on. Um, but I don't know if they spent too much time on it because like yeah, but there's that and like I like how the CGI in here looks like for example like when he's in the map room and like the beam comes down
Uh huh.
and that's so clearly CGI but it's just like it looks good. And
Hmm.
like it's yeah, it's like not afraid to like let you know it's like hey, we're in a movie. Like
Hmm.
So I really dug that. Um,
Yeah, I like these movies and Lucas, like with Star Wars, because there's not so much CGI. Like it was like more models and real tangible things, not
yes.
somebody sitting at a computer designing something.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's amazing, like with Raiders to Temple, it feels like they took a step back in that, where the like when in the opening sequence when he's going to get the idol and the boulder comes down and there's like the previous people that have been there
Yeah.
that were killed by like the spikes coming out of the wall
Yeah.
or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I think all that looks better in Raiders than it does in Temple.
Yeah.
Like the stuff in like when they get behind the wall and start to actually see the ritual and
Mm.
they're back there, like those types of things. I think the Raiders uh uh special effects or not even really special effects, but those the
Next.
look of that looks better than in Temple, and Temple was 3 years later.
Hmm. Yeah, I think yeah, I think it's one of those things. It's like you really feel like with Raiders, it's just like we're not saving any ideas. It's like, and I know that there were like some stunt ideas that were saved,
Mm-hmm.
like the rolling gong thing at the beginning of Temple Doom that was supposed to be in Raiders, but like
Mm-hmm.
but like visually, it's just like I'm leaving it all out on the floor, like I'm pulling out all the stops, and I feel like yeah, like the stuff that Spielberg does and just like how he makes everything look and feel is just like so different and new. And it's like, yeah, I don't feel like the sequels really return to that as much. Like they don't I'm not wowed visually by anything. I'm not just like, damn, that looks fucking good. Or like,
Mm-hmm.
holy shit, that's a shot. Like I still think there's like some really clever like stunt construction stuff. Um but yeah, I don't know if it quite gets there for me. Um but yeah, the yeah, all that shit in Raiders, it just looks so good. I do like the sequence in the Temple of Doom where they're actually in the temple. Like I think everything there looks really good. Like with like the lava and the red and like the I think the set decoration's really cool in there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. Uh
Yeah.
yeah.
I get because then it gets back to like the cheesy far fetched thing, like when they're on the little
The minecart.
coal arcs, like on the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, like how you're really gonna like jump off one
Oh yeah,
track
they make
and
the
then
jump. Yeah,
land exactly on the other one.
for sure.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, in Raiders, the other thing I was curious about, and I
Hmm.
wanted to know if you knew this, in the opening sequence again, like when there's all the tarantulas all over them, were
Yeah.
they real spiders?
Yeah.
Did they put could you imagine being the actor and having those things crawling over you?
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking nuts. I mean, that's also Alfred Molina, which is hilarious. Uh, who's Doc Ock in Spider-Man. But
Uh,
uh, yeah, no, it's fucking nuts. You know what I was shocked about? We were rewatching these is all the animal stuff. There are so many animals in these movies,
mm-hmm.
like bugs, spiders,
They
scorpions.
creep you out with that stuff.
Yeah, like the all the bat stuff, like crocodiles, like or alligators or whatever the hell they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like he literally goes through like several train cars of animals in the Last Crusade. like
Mm-hmm.
like there's
Yeah.
so many animals in these movies. Um which is
Yeah,
nuts.
I had that too, like where they use kind of bugs and snakes and bats um to like creep you out. And
Yeah.
then like the dinner in Temple where it's like the
Yeah.
snake surprise and
Yeah.
then eyeball soup and monkey brains and
Yeah.
like it was like, oh my gosh, like do you think you could have eaten any of that meal?
Oh, I mean, no. No. I don't want to. Yeah. Uh Yeah, which I wanted to ask you. Not that like that's actually Indian food, but your newfound love for Indian food.
Yeah, Alex and I have been uh because that's definitely not I'm not a huge spice guy.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a steak and potato type person. That's just my natural go-to. But yeah, Alex, had been getting into Indian food, and we had been going on like some tour, like not tours, but like we've been going around checking out different restaurants. And there's been a fair amount that have been Indian food, and I actually do enjoy it. It's obviously nothing like they serve in Temple, and you can uh, order how spicy you want your
Yeah.
food,
Yeah. You
so
can
it's
do it
not
with it.
like it has to be super hot.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
and it's very flavorful, and I've enjoyed it. I love naan, that bread. I forget what it is. We'll have to get Alex there, but there's like a jelly that like you can put on it that was
Oh,
delicious.
interesting.
Yeah.
We should we should get Indian the next time you're in town.
Okay.
Be good.
You got some
Yeah.
good Indian restaurants there in LA where you are?
I'm sure we do. We have every type of restaurant, so yeah. Oh God. But yeah,
um,
fuck. But yeah, yeah, I'm just looking through some of the notes that I had here.
yeah.
The animal stuff's nuts. Yeah, the spider reveal itself is actually hilarious. I think one of the things that I love about these movies that just like make them just so fun is just like booby traps, and it's just
Hmm.
like, the idea of just like going into like a temple or a cave or like some sort of burial thing, whatever. And it's just like there's all these things that you just have to get by, and like the opening of Raiders is perfect. Like when he's like,
Hmm.
"Oh, don't step in the light," and he does the thing, and
Yeah.
he's like, "See," and then he sees the guy that he knew that died. Yeah, like that is like that's so great.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I like about Indiana Jones versus like the Schwarzenegger and Stallone heroes
Mhm.
is there is a brain aspect to it. It's
Yeah,
not all brawn. Like you do have to be clever
yeah,
to like
doctor.
figure out they're almost like puzzles or something where you
Yeah,
need to like decipher the clues to get through just like in the end of Crusade where it's like a penitent, you have to know to kneel and then
yeah,
it was like
yes,
you had to kneel and roll to miss the saw blades, and then
yeah,
you needed to know how to spell Jehovah in original Hebrew, where it started with an I and not a J,
yeah,
to do the steps on the stones, and then know that you had to take the leap of it. You just had to like step down
yeah.
on like across the abyss, and just trust that there was going to be a bridge there.
Mhm.
Um, and then like in Raiders in the beginning,
Yeah.
uh, you needed to, like read the clues to get to the idol.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
I do like that aspect of Indiana Jones as a hero, um, having intelligence as one of his characteristics that makes him successful.
for sure. Yeah, because I mean, he's basically like a detective, uh,
Hmm.
which I think is really cool. Um, yeah, I mean, a lot of these movies are kind of set up like mystery thrillers, kind of,
Hmm.
which is cool. I mean, he actually knows what he's going after, but it's just like he has to discover clues and like get this thing so that he can unlock this, which lets him into the thing where he has to talk to somebody or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not something where whoever has the most guns wins.
No, exactly. Yeah, and I think like these movies have a really interesting relationship to guns. It's kind of like the stormtrooper thing, because
Hmm.
like there's like the ninjas in Egypt that all have swords.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of the action is very like kung fu-y kind of. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I'm gonna hop on this thing so that I can kick you, and then I'll jump off and do this. And it's just like a lot of like it's really smart in like how it uses its environment, and I think the bullwhip is a really great part of that because like he can just grab whatever, like,
Mm-hmm.
um, but like it's not like lethal, and like he uses a gun sometimes.
Yeah.
It's hilarious when the guy's doing the whole sword thing, and then he shoots him. But
Yeah, there's a funny story with that. It wasn't supposed to go that way.
yeah, yeah,
He was like really sick the day of shooting,
yeah,
and he couldn't. So they just made it quick. Where he does the swordsman does all that thing, and he just pulls out his gun and shoots him just because Harrison Ford was deathly ill.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
the day they were supposed to shoot that scene.
Yeah. No, it's hilarious. Like the research, like everyone got sick in Cairo
Uh huh.
or Tunisia. They shot Tunisia for Cairo.
Uh huh.
Like everyone got sick, which is just like it was like 130 degrees or something like that. Like it sounds fucking terrible.
Hmm.
Yeah, which yeah, I'll tell you how they shoot the desert though, gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
it looks fucking awesome. And I mean, one of Spielberg's favorite movies is Lawrence of Arabia.
Ah. Well,
The
that would make sense.
Yeah, yeah, which I really like that movie too.
Yeah, because you can see it like when you were talking about like when they're starting the dig to find
Yeah,
the Well of Souls, like the backdrop of it. That feels now that you say it, that feels like a Lawrence of Arabia
for
shot.
sure. Yeah, and I mean like there's also well I have like a whole thing here like on like the similarities to Star Wars because
Mm-hmm.
like that is like thematically it doesn't play the same role as the Binary Sunset. Like it's not the same role in the story, but like
Mm-hmm.
visually, I mean like you can't deny that that's like so fucking similar. Like
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. So I mean, yeah, and like what that means for Indiana Jones is not nearly the same thing that it means for Luke Skywalker, but it's just like how just like seeing that because also I think Lucas shot in Tunisia as well. I think he shot Star Wars in Tunisia. Um
Well, well, Tatooine in A New Hope, it
or
was
is that
Yuma,
Yuma?
Arizona.
Is it it's Yuma, right? Yeah, okay. No, I was
Yeah.
fucked up. No, there was okay, yeah, I was getting my wires crossed. I was getting my wires crossed. No, you're right. But I think another thing that's very Star Wars is like the love score. Like the Karen Allen section
Mm-hmm.
of this sounds so much like the Han and Leia in Star Wars.
Mm.
Like I don't know if you were hearing that, but I was like, whoa, like this.
No, I didn't pick up on that.
There was like some like score similarities where I was just like, whoa, like
Hmm.
yeah, not like John Williams was like ripping himself off or anything like that, but I was just
Yeah, cut and pasting.
yeah, yeah, I know. He's a busy guy. You got to take shortcuts sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I was just like, oh, this is like really interesting. Yeah,
yeah. I'll have to pull that up on like Apple Music and just
yeah,
listen to those side by side and
yeah, yeah. Like the
check
Han and
that out.
Leia
No, I
theme
did not pick
and
up on that. That's a good catch. I
the
did not
Indian
pick up on
Marion
that.
theme. Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, there's like really there's that's really interesting. The plane sequence straight out of Phantom Menace. Well, the reverse. The Phantom Menace plane sequence feels like straight out of Raiders. Like how they're going about everything because there's like the gun and like they're figuring out the controls and you get trapped in the cockpit and like then the plane and then it starts moving and you don't know it's
Oh,
moving and it's just
uh-huh.
like like I mean I think it's done so much better here than
Are you
Phantom.
talking about like when Anakin gets in and
Yeah,
like he's on Naboo
yeah,
and then he accidentally takes off and
yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I wonder what this
comparing
button
that
does.
to
Yeah,
the bald headed guy getting his head chopped off, kind of, but Marion's in the cockpit
yeah, yeah,
and
exactly.
just like shooting everything going
Yeah,
around.
exactly, exactly. Yeah,
Wow, yeah, I never. Okay.
Yeah.
That's another good. Yeah, no, I never put those two together.
Yeah, which is like that's interesting because that's Lucas coming back to Spielberg's thing and like grabbing that. So
Ah,
so it's like
huh.
yeah. So but I was like, holy shit, like I couldn't stop thinking about that. Oh, fuck, was there anything else? Oh, there was another Spielberg thing where like when they lowered the guy who gets his heart ripped out in Temple of Doom,
Hmm.
I was like, that's so much like the fucking goat in Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah, when it's getting fed to the T Rex.
Yeah, yeah. And like those were just those things that were popping out of me. I was just like, this like
Oh,
so I was like I felt like I was seeing a lot of that. I'm sure there's like a million other things that I missed or like,
uh-huh.
didn't think to write down. But
Were those threads intentional, do you think?
I don't
As like
know.
kind of callbacks to previous work, like almost like a little Easter egg? Or do you think it's just, the same person, using what's in his head, and because he created one thing, something like that could be in his head, doing something similar again in another movie?
Yeah, yeah, cuz I don't know. And that's kind of what I love about it is just like there are so many different reads that you could have on something like that.
Hmm.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like everything that comes into your mind, like if it's sticky enough, then like it'll just be there and like it'll exist at least in your subconscious, if not in your, fully conscious mind. So like there's a bunch of I'm sure that there's just a bunch of stuff that just finds your way into something.
Hmm.
And like maybe it's one of those things that's like halfway through you realize it and be like, okay, cool. We can turn the dial up on this actually a little bit because now that I'm thinking about it, like it would work if we did whatever. Um uh or it's like sometimes it's just like a straight up it's like, yeah, I want to do something exactly like this. Like because I know both things happen and like um I've heard like a million interviews with filmmakers where it's just like, oh wow, I never even really thought of that, but now that you say it, I can totally see it. Like
Hmm.
with like some interviewer makes an observation about their work and similarities to another piece of work or something else that they'd done before. So it's
Like not an intentional callback, but
yeah, yeah,
it.
like it also totally could be 100% intentional. Like
Yeah, I could see them being clever and kind of like being like, like we'll slip this in and see if people pick up on it, kind of thing.
yeah, for sure. Or
Or it
just
could just be a coincidence.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, and there also is like possibility where it's like it's not even like an Easter egg thing. It's just like, oh, I loved how Steven did this in Raiders. I'm gonna do this in Phantom Menace. So like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think yeah, like, um, yeah,
Either one's, yeah.
yeah. But those similarities were shocking to me. I also thought there was Pirates of the Caribbean was coming up a lot, but
Uh-huh.
when they free Karen Allen and she like
Uh-huh.
starts eating all that food and stuff like that. That's
Hmm.
so much like the fucking scene in the first Pirates movie where Barbosa like has dinner with her because they even have like the green apples and everything like that.
Mm.
There's like a lot of similarities there. Yeah, because like there's like gorgeous in house and like they're both like done up in dresses and shit.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Um, yeah, but yeah, I mean, we actually haven't even touched about like the best set piece in that movie, which is the fucking truck chase,
The
which
truck.
in
And are
Raiders,
we in Raiders?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which is so fucking nuts. Like, yeah,
Yeah. Again, it goes a little bit to the touches on a little bit of the far fetched for me
uh-huh,
with, like dragging yourself on a dirt road
yeah,
and like actually climbing like this underneath and then having the whip and then pulling yourself back up.
yeah,
like physically, obviously I've never done that, but I can only imagine that being. And I don't want to be too hard on the movies. It's
Yeah.
Hollywood. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
But 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 you're right. Like,
Mm.
um, that is a cool fight scene. Uh, having to drive, throwing the guy through the windshield,
Mhm.
getting thrown, like, trying to hang on to the emblem in the front.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And then, ramming the other cars off the road. The one goes off the cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like all the stuff's like he's like on the back, he climbs over the top, he goes in, and then he comes through the windshield, and then he goes under, and then he guys got
Uh,
back through and through the thing. It's like people hanging off the it's
yeah, and then he has to like knock the people off the sides that are getting out of the back trying to
exactly.
get to him.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that sequence. I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like the motorcycle sequence in Crusade where
Yeah.
when they're escaping from Austria with his dad
Yeah.
and he's got to fight off the guys who's got his dad in the little sidecar.
That sidecar is hilarious. I think that's
I know.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Like sticking the flag through the spokes of the wheel.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, those two scenes are kind of similar.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
with the action sequence. Yeah,
On
I like it when Indy's on the horse, like because
oh
that's one of the theme songs. Like when he
yeah.
leaves,
Yeah.
when they have the arc and they're in the trucks, and he's like, "What's your plan?" He's like, "I don't know. I'm making this up as I go," or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he kind of says that again a couple of times,
Mm.
like not exactly that,
Yeah.
but some similar thing where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making this up
Mm.
as I go.
Yeah.
Sentiment. And that's another one where the theme song comes in
Uh-huh.
and it hits. Like he's on the horse and, going just like in Crusade where like he's got to chase down the tanks and save
Yeah.
his dad from like inside the tank.
Yeah.
Um, and he's hanging on, and it's another one where he's hanging on the side, hanging onto the
Yeah.
gun turret and,
Mm.
trying to get back up on and is fighting the Nazi like while the tank's moving.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, those are good like action sequences
Mhm.
that are, a little far fetched, but still somewhat believable. It's not
For
like
sure.
completely out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
And feels very indie like. And it is. It's more like punches and like the fight sequence coordination. It's about fists and, fighting and not just like big machine guns.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It's all like close range stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is cool. And like, yeah, and there's so much more like someone reaching for a gun or like a gun getting kicked out of someone's hand or like stuff like that. Then it feels like there actually is like guns going off, which is like is
Right.
really cool, I think. But yeah, man, you brought up so Crusade is your favorite. Like, you want to talk about it?
Well, yeah. So, like, I think just because I love the backstory,
Uh-huh.
I love that River Phoenix, I
It's so
think
good.
was a great choice
It's so good.
for the young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And it made me think, it was like, okay, so who's kind of the River Phoenix for you guys? Because
Yeah.
back then, we were close in age. Like, River was born he was like a couple years older than me. But
Hmm.
when I saw River Phoenix movies, it felt like I was watching someone that was my age.
Yeah.
And he was like a blockbuster draw. He kind of had like the leading man good looks, but
Hmm.
he wasn't necessarily like the summer blockbuster movie type guy. He was like a little more avant garde, like off the beaten path type roles. And I was thinking, who's the River Phoenix for you and Lucas? Like, who's your generation's River Phoenix?
It's it's so funny. Like I don't know, man. Yeah, cause it'd be someone. So River Phoenix was born in 1970, right?
Mm.
You're
Yeah.
74. You're 74. So he's like 4 years older than you. And
Yeah, but like when you watch him, it doesn't feel like you're watching someone older than you.
no, no, it feels like it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I really have anyone like there hasn't been anyone that I've been following for the past like 10 years or so where it's just
Hmm.
like, wow, I like them. Like I feel like there are like newer guys that are like coming up for me that like for example like Austin Butler is someone that I really like and I'm a big fan of him stuff. I mean, Timothy Chalamet perhaps? I
Hmm.
don't know cuz he's like 30, so he's like 6 years older than me and he I mean, he's been working for so long like yeah, but I don't know if I've really been like tracking his career. Those are newer for me, at least.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think of like actors who I have like that relationship with that I just have watched on screen for that long. Um, because you probably saw River Phoenix first time in like Stand By Me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and that was
like mid to late 80, 88, 86, 88, something like
86.
that.
86. Yeah.
86, yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, yeah. I'm trying to think. It's probably one of those guys. It's probably like
Hmm.
Chalamet or somebody like that. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure. It's very interesting. Yeah, because I mean, I have probably big relationships with like older actors, um, and yeah, probably like a lot more with like cartoons and stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
like I feel like that's kind of like the people that I like grew up with. It was like cartoon characters, really. More than anything else. Like,
Uh-huh.
uh, yeah, when I'm like, that's me on screen. Like, it was normally something like that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but it's an interesting exercise to think about. It's like, who's my avatar at the movies? Like, who?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So it's
Well, even not for you, but more or less just for your generations. Like
yeah.
because we had him, and then Johnny Depp's a little bit older.
Mm,
I, I, I don't know what year he's born, but I feel like he's older than me. But he kind of looked young. He played younger than
yeah.
like what he was. Um,
Yeah.
and then Leo would have been like the other one.
Leo.
Because
Yeah.
I think Leo and I are probably pretty close in age, right?
You guys are the same age. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
So
70.
those three guys that I felt like when I watched them, when they were playing their younger roles in like
Mm,
maybe the early 90s, um, like it was seeing somebody that was, you know, my age
for sure.
and had interesting roles. Like when Leo did What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Like, what an interesting role for. I mean, he wasn't a lead. He certainly wasn't what he was or is now when
Yeah.
he did that. But a little more offbeat, like Johnny Depp, a little bit more offbeat. River Phoenix was kind of the start to me of that. Like the cool, like the cool guy.
Yeah. No, no, 100%. And yeah, I'm looking at some more stuff now. Uh oh shit. Well, like I had to Google like actors in their late 20s, but you know who it actually probably
Who's that?
is I mean my guy Jacob Elordi. Cause I
Who's
think
that?
he is did you watch Euphoria?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I saw the first season, and I don't remember if I finished the second one. I felt a little. Someone my age watching that,
yeah.
I felt like I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be watching this.
It's all good. You're just on a list now. So
Yeah, probably. Um, so which character was he in Euphoria?
He was the tall jock guy.
Oh, the one that like ends up hooking up with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He cheats on his girlfriend with her. Okay, yeah, yeah,
Bingo.
yeah.
Yeah,
His dad's like the real fucked up guy.
yeah, he's like the real fucked up guy, and because because I really started hopping on the Jacob Elordi train when he wait, so he was Frankenstein. Did you see that movie? Did you see Frankenstein this past year? Where
No,
he
no.
was okay, so he was Frankenstein. He was the creature. Um
Oh, okay.
and he was really really fucking good. But he was also in like Wuthering Heights, and he's been in some other movies like there are talks that he might be the new James Bond, which would be fascinating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he's like 6'6" or something ridiculous like that. So I don't know. Tall spy sounds strange,
Uh-huh.
um,
Huh.
but yeah,
Is he
like,
British?
huh?
Is
He's
he British?
he's an Aussie.
Ah.
Yeah.
So weird. But I will go back to like the recasting. James Bond, oddly enough, is the one franchise where like I'm actually okay. Like I like Daniel Craig, I like
Uh-huh.
Pierce Brosnan, I like the original Sean Connery.
For sure.
Um, like that's the one franchise where like it's actually felt okay
Yeah,
that there's been like multiple actors playing the same character.
for sure. And I think what it boils down to, it's like, what are the movies about? Like, are the movies just about like James Bond and stuff like that, or like is it about being in this world of
Uh-huh.
007? Because like Indiana Jones is like, yeah, they're named after Indiana Jones, but it's like you're stepping into the world of Indiana Jones, and like
Hmm.
you're where action happens this way, and like there are rules,
Hmm.
and or else it's not an Indiana Jones movie. And like I think it's kind of the same thing with like comic books and superheroes, because like that's the mythology, and like you kind of like you want to like crystallize that person. It's just like, okay, boom, that's them, because if it's not them in this world, then the world changes. And what I'm actually into is the world that we're in right now. So it's like it's strange because like I don't give a shit about the world of like 007. So it's just like, yeah, whoever. Like I just want to be a good actor. I want it to be a cool movie.
Hmm.
But with like superheroes and like Spider-Man and stuff like that, like um it's different, because it's just like what you're stepping into is the whole wider picture of everything.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, it's really interesting with the recasting and everything like that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I just think with they just did it way too much.
yeah. The it's a shame because like the Garfield, if they didn't make the Garfield movies, I think I think that you would have a different opinion of this, because it's just the one thing where it's just like, oh fuck, we're doing it again. But
Yeah, and it's going back and redoing the origin story. It's like we've already seen it. Like,
exactly, exactly. It's like, yeah. So I don't think they should have made the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Like, I really like Andrew Garfield, and I think the first movie definitely has some stuff to recommend. Um, but like it just yeah, it just seems like a what when you go back and look at it. It's just like, wait,
hmm.
why are we doing this? And now no one talks about it, no one cares, and yeah, it's very strange. But I mean, the Tom Holland movies, if you ever are interested, I highly recommend giving them a shot.
Yeah.
They're good. They're fun. They're different than the Tobey Maguire movies. I think
Hmm.
in a fun way. Um, but yeah, and I mean, really, in those first three movies, he's really like an Iron Man Junior more than anything else.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like there's a whole I've heard some people say it's just like, is he really playing Spider-Man? Because like, you know, different stuff. But anyways, um, yeah, uh, Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Oh, so okay, so back to Indiana Jones. Another thing that I like about these movies that I wanted to ask you about,
Yeah, yeah.
if you've seen across your vast array of experience,
Uh,
one of the things that I really appreciated with, and they do it in all three movies,
mm,
is when Indiana Jones goes from location to location. Not all the time,
plane.
but a lot of the times they show the map and
Mm,
then they'll show the plane flying from, San Francisco to Nepal. And then, like, okay, this is where in the world Indiana Jones is. And
yeah,
then, they go from Nepal to here, or like they go from this place to Austria or wherever. And you kind of get a sense of like, it's like spoon feeding the audience geography because,
yeah.
I maybe they just assume that people don't know where these
Mm,
places are, and it's important to realize that, hey, okay, this is the location of like this segment of the movie.
yeah,
And then like you go in and it's like, okay, we're in Nepal. Oh yeah, it's cold and there's mountains and
yeah,
people are dressed this way.
for sure.
Do you know, are any other movies kind of doing that, or is that very unique to Indiana Jones?
I mean, Borat does like the spoof of that with the map. But like, I don't know. I don't think I've seen anything exactly like that. That's not like a parody of Indiana Jones.
Mm,
But no, I mean, I love it because it's just like we're going on an adventure, and like here's the part like where we're going on an adventure, like we're gonna be in a different place after this.
hmm
Um, and yeah, so I really really like that. But I'm trying to think. I can't think of any other things off the top of my head where it's like,
Because it's also a good transition, like instead
yeah,
of like, like in Star Wars, how they went back and did all the like
they do the
the
wipes.
cutscene, like
Yeah,
where it's a swipe or
yeah,
whatever. It's a good way to like transition from one scene to another.
yeah, exactly.
But it's also, like I say, it just feels like it's spoon feeding the audience a geography lesson.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and even as somebody that like kind of knows a little bit about different countries and where they are on a map,
Uh,
I still feel like, oh, like that feels good. It's like, okay, yeah, like that is exactly where Nepal is. Like, I did kind of think it was in that area, but yes, okay, I know now.
yeah. That's
But yeah, no, I was curious because you watch so many more movies and you remember this
hmm.
stuff way better than I do. If like other, movies have done something similar to that, or if that is just unique to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, yeah, like I don't think it's unique in like what it's doing for the story, but as far as like what it's how it's going about it and how everything is happening there, I would say it's unique in
Hmm.
that regard. Yeah, at least I don't have anything to prove myself,
Okay.
uh, you know, contrary. But yeah, um, it's interesting. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, man, fucking dope ass movies, dude. I think.
Yeah. So tell me, like, you haven't told me, because for
Mhm,
as big as these movies were, and
mhm,
for as much as we love Star Wars, and you and I had a very close relationship as father and son
mhm.
with the Star Wars franchise, it was a big part of us when you
Yeah,
were little.
yeah.
We did not have that with these. And I don't even know if, like, we watched these together the first time you watched
I don't
them.
think so.
And I wasn't sure, like, what was your initial experience with Indiana Jones outside of, like, the Lego games?
Yeah, I think like the entryway and like what got my mind really going, it's just like it's kind of like instant iconography.
Mm
Like you just like see if you see a poster for an Indiana Jones movie, whatever it may be, it's just like I'm interested in that.
Hmm.
Because it's like because you see him, he's got the hat, he looks cool, he's got the whip, and
And the satchel bag, like
and
on the
and,
side.
and the satchel, and it's just like okay, I think this guy he looks like he's gonna go on an adventure,
Hmm.
and I don't know what Raiders of the Lost Ark means, but it seems like there's this lost ark and people are gonna raid it. So, yeah. So,
Was that the first movie of the three that you saw? Like, do you remember? Do you have?
no,
You don't have a definitive memory of when you watched each movie for the first time.
no, it's probably just me being too young and just not knowing. But like, it feels like it's one of those things where it's just like always been around for me. Like,
Hmm.
I can't remember like a time before. Um, yeah, like kind of Star Wars because it's kind of like Star Wars because like I know I was in the theater for that, but that was my first exposure to Star Wars. Like I'd known about it, seen it, whatever. So
Right.
yeah, like it feels like just like timeless, evergreen,
Hmm.
whatever. Yeah, and like because I think those movies are just so like perfectly like cast in like movie amber because they're period pieces and they're also like uh they're not afraid to show you that they're movies uh
Hmm.
which I love yeah, I think that's kind of what I was getting at with like the special effects thing but yeah I I don't know what my entryway in was but it was just always like it was it's so fun to like imagine yourself in that spot and like just think it's just like, okay, how would I traverse this booby trap, do get past this obstacle, swing over this trench, like beat these bad guys, win this car chase or something like that. Like there's just so much stuff that's just like so easy for you to like glom onto and chew on.
Hmm.
Like it's so easy to like put yourself that in that place. Cause like Indiana, like for as cool of a character he is, it's like it's really easy to like project onto him and like see yourself. Like it's
Yeah.
it's moldable in your mind. I
Yeah. It's like an archetype, guy, adventure,
for sure.
a man's man that like a
Yeah,
little boy would idolize being when he grows up, kind of thing.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, exactly. So like it's yeah, it's interesting.
Do you
Um
know who did the costume design? Like, who was responsible for creating the look
oh
of Indiana Jones?
fuck. It came
Because
up
that guy or girl,
I,
person, like, knocked it out of the park
yeah, the
with
styling.
putting that outfit together.
Yeah, design. Here we go. Stunts, special effects, visuals and sound. This thing. Here we go. Um, I don't know if I can find it. Costume designer Deborah Nadulman Landis dumped boxes of hats on the floor for Ford to try on. After picking the right style, she purchased an Australian model she aged with Fuller's Earth and mineral oil, and then she scrunched beneath the bed. The hat
Hmm.
allowed them to create a recognizable image even in a silhouette. Um, and yeah, so it was her idea with the hacks. Oh, and now I'm remembering. Yeah, so it was Lucas's idea with like the khakis and leather jacket. That was
Hmm.
that was his idea. He came up with that. But
Deborah Landis was the name of
Deborah
the.
Landis, yeah.
Wow.
So
Has she? So I guess because you don't know if she's done other costume
yeah,
designs
yeah.
on other.
I mean, she has a
Huh.
Wikipedia page. Like there was a link there. So
Uh huh.
yeah,
Huh. Interesting. But
yeah,
yeah. So, but you had said the hat was important because of the silhouette.
yeah. The silhouette, and which is really interesting because how they use shadows is really fascinating. Yeah, and yeah, because like there's a lot of just like silhouettes on the walls, and it's just like Indy walks up and is like, oh yeah, that's Indy because of
Hmm.
everything. Real quick, I do have her filmography. I'll cherry pick here. Animal House, Blues Brothers, American Werewolf in London. Uh,
Oh.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. That's
Oh,
fucking.
the jacket and everything.
I
Was that where he busted out or
no
was
the
that
red
even or
jacket.
Beat
Yeah.
It? No, that might have been Beat It. I'm trying to think, when
Oh,
did Michael Jackson bust out like the red jacket with all the zippers and stuff? Because that was such an iconic look.
makeup and wardrobe. Ah.
Well, if just she did Indiana Jones and Thriller, this
Yeah.
woman's like a fashion genius.
Here we go. His yep. Deborah, who had recently worked on the film Raiders of the Lost Ark, designed the costumes, including Jackson's red jacket, which, funnily enough, has its own Wikipedia page. The jacket has its own Wikipedia page. She dressed Jackson in hip casual clothes that would be comfortable to dance in. She used red to contrast with the night setting and dark palette, and used the same color for Jackson's jeans to make him appear taller. Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah,
Deborah Landis, huh?
yeah. Deborah Landis,
She
wife of John Landis. Yeah.
well, I don't know if we should refer to her as somebody's wife.
Well, no, she's worked on a bunch of his movies.
Oh, John Landis is also. I don't know who
He's a
John Landis
director.
is.
He directed the Thriller video.
Oh, oh,
And he
oh,
also
okay.
directed like American Werewolf in London and a bunch of stuff like Kentucky Fried Movie and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, so he was a big director. Yeah,
Huh.
um, yeah. So
So she did those, and then did she do anything else later,
mhm.
like post mid '80s?
Yeah, no, yeah, she was working up until yeah, she's worked this century.
But I mean, as far as like creating an iconic character, like it'd be like, oh my goodness, like look at this
Like
woman's
big
volume of work. Or would those two be like the kind of
yeah.
notable things I would know?
Nah, her last yeah, her last credit is in 2010. She's still with us? Uh yes she is. But yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, the last title that I recognize is Coming to America in 1988. But
Okay. Oh,
she's yeah, no, she's worked a good bit. So
interesting. Well, good
yeah,
job, Deborah Landis.
yeah, right? Yeah. That jacket is fucking nuts. That's insane actually that she came up with that jacket. But
Hmm.
yeah. No, you're right. Like the costuming is great. And like all the period shit just looks so good. Like it's fucking awesome. So,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, these movies are just great. Like
Yeah, they did stay true to like the. Well, I mean, obviously you have to because this is like the '30s, and I guess the mid to late 1930s with the Nazi stuff.
it's 36 and then 35 for Temple of Doom and then they come back to 38 for Last Crusade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so Temple of Doom actually happens before Raiders of the Lost Ark?
It's a prequel. Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a prequel, which I don't know if that's how they explain. I don't know if that's why he's not a professor in it. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how long they say he was a professor in Raiders, but yeah, it's strange. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Huh.
get that choice. Maybe it's just like oh, we could go anywhere in time with this guy type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So, but
Cool.
but yeah, I mean, like it. All these movies look really, really fucking good. Like Harrison Ford is fantastic in all of them. Like
Yeah.
he's just giving great fucking performances. Um, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and he
but
has a quote that like I'm kind of surprised hasn't caught on, like, because he's got so many one-liners
mhm,
that like he delivers, and one of the ones, like especially now as like I'm aging, and as I was watching this,
yeah.
like hit me today more so than back when I would have watched it as a kid. It was
Uh,
like he says in Raiders, like when they're on the boat, like they think they've got the Ark, they've escaped the Nazis,
yeah.
they're like they think they're safe, and he's like all beat up, and she's like, "Where does it hurt?" And he says
Oh,
something,
that. Yeah.
and he's like, "It's not the years, it's the mileage."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man!" Like when I heard that, I was like, "I feel that in my bones," Indy, like. And I'm like, I was like surprised, like that quote hasn't gotten more cultural recognition than like it ever did. It's just kind of
Yeah.
disappeared in the dialogue of all the Indiana Jones and Han Solo quotes.
Yeah.
And that one, like, definitely, the older I get, like, the more I connect with that phrase.
Yeah. Right. Oh God.
um,
That
but
that's fucking funny.
but yeah. But yeah, no, that's pretty much everything I've got on this. I don't know. Do you have any other things that you have with these movies that we haven't covered on this
I mean,
territory?
the only other like last funny thing is just like other than like all the like the homages to other films and when films point back to this, I think it's just really funny just watching like you can tell Seth MacFarlane fucking loves these movies. And
Oh yeah.
like the amount of times that he goes back to it in Family Guy, it's just like there's probably like at least 20 references back to Indiana Jones. Like there's so much shit. Um
Well,
and
that makes because Seth MacFarlane and he's another one that's about my age, right?
you
Because
guys
he
might be
kind of
exactly
grew up
yeah.
on the same cultural diet that I grew up on. It feels like watching Seth MacFarlane, especially the Family Guy stuff, like he's pulling everything from like the stuff that I kind of pull my childhood from.
Yeah. Yeah, he was born in 73. So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So basically, we're the same
exactly.
age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It would be cool to see. Would you? Okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
Would you be excited for a Family Guy like
Oh yeah.
remake of Indy like they did
Oh
Star
yeah.
Wars?
Dude, that would be fucking hilarious, dude. Like that would be so fucking perfect. Like Peter as Indy, like
Uh
that would oh god, that'd be great. Like
huh.
yeah. No,
So how would you fit in like all? So like, what would the other? Like, what would Chris and Stewie and
yeah.
Meg and Lois
So
and Quagmire and all those guys be?
yeah, so I think you got to do Raiders.
Yeah, that like you would have that. That's the one you have to
I
do.
think that's the story you do. And yeah, Peter's Indy, Lois as Marion.
Yeah, see,
Um,
that's obvious.
Chris is I don't know. Well, Stewie's Belloc.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Stewie would
Stewie's
have to be,
Belloc.
Stewie would have to be Belloc, and
Which
um,
friend would somebody would have to be the guy with the what's the guy with the glasses name whose face is it?
Tot.
Tot, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be Tot.
Yeah. Oh man,
Oh, they could make uh, what's the guy in the wheelchair?
Joe.
Joe. He
Oh.
could be the Ark. um
Oh fuck. Oh, that's great.
oh, and you know what? This brings it these movies aren't very culturally diverse as far racially diverse.
Oh no, I mean, not
Because
really.
Cleveland, like, are there any Is there a black character in Raiders at all?
No, well, I mean, they have some Egyptian actors in there,
Right. Well, yeah.
but they're not like main characters really.
Yeah, I guess Cleveland would be his friend Sala.
Yeah,
Was his
yeah,
Sala.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Cleveland Sala.
yeah. Who's actually played by a British guy, but
Oh,
anyway,
and Brian could be the monkey.
Ryan could be the monkey, and then Meg could be like the ghosts at the end. When it's like, yeah, yeah. And it looks like a normal, and then it just turns into Megan, and then like,
Yeah. Brian's face.
and then someone's face melts.
Oh yeah, Seth, if you're watching this, come on,
Yeah,
do it.
exactly.
We need this.
Yeah, friend of the pod, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can help write it. Uh, oh shit.
Oh yeah, Peter would make a great Indiana Jones, like in the Family Guy universe.
Yeah. Or Meg could be Satipo from the beginning, and then she just gets fucking
Gets killed right away.
shot in the face with arrows or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, Quagmire's head could be the idol. They're kind of shaped the same.
His head. Oh my god. Yeah. Giggity.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
That's a fun exercise.
Yeah, that's man. Yeah, it's just like this, but Family Guy. That's great. It's great shit.
Oh yeah, and just I know Lucas isn't here. I miss you, bro.
For sure.
Sorry you couldn't join us for this one.
Yeah.
In regards to the other pod, I wish we can talk more about this if I get to do another one where the two of you are both on it. But
Yeah.
like he was saying, like we hung out in our underwear all the time. Like as like were we like when I want to correct it for like all your other listeners. I do not think I was hanging out like in underwear when we had guests over. Like I mean maybe you and I like at home just lounging around.
You and you,
maybe
you
we
and me
did.
would, for sure.
But were we in our underwear like when Lucas was at our house? Like
I don't think
an
so.
inordinate amount of time?
I don't think so. I might have been, but
yeah.
But I mean, we're never afraid to go tarps off. So like, I mean, there might be some conflation there, but no, I mean, we're pretty, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see us like walking around in our gym shorts, like without any shirts on.
Yeah, that, and I mean, like that's pretty underwear adjacent, but like,
yeah, that's underwear adjacent.
Like, it's not a tighty whitey situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny when you guys talk about like when Lucas would come to the house when you guys were kids, and like hearing your guys' take on what that was like from your perspective. Like me listening to that, I always I enjoy you guys talking about that and how I saw things or thought things were going versus like what you guys were seeing and how you remember that time in our lives. But anyway, again, miss you, Lucas. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Look forward to catching up with you again.
Yeah. No. We'll have you back when he's on. Who won the draft for the record?
Oh, the Family Guy draft?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a blowout. Like, what was Lucas thinking?
Oh, fucking. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you won that hands down.
I don't know.
No problem.
Yeah, like when he said Carter Peterson, I was like, I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, he came out of the box like picking obscure characters, which I can kind of appreciate a little bit, but like he rode that hard.
Yeah, I was like, hey, he did him. What are you gonna do? But yeah, tough.
Yeah, there was that. That's not even a contest.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, good job on your draft choices. I'm proud of you, son.
Thank you. Yeah. I tried to go no women, but it had to happen. So
Yeah, yeah. It was funny how it was like all Seth MacFarlane voiced.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I know, right? Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that was a fun draft. I think we want to like start doing like more drafts like that, like more like creative stuff. That way, it's not just like, oh, we're talking about one movie or one franchise for like a whole episode. Like we can
right.
be more creative. We were talking about doing like a Seinfeld girlfriends draft.
Oh, that would be a good one.
That would be interesting because we were talking about rankings, but then when you look it up, there's like 70 of them or something like that,
Wow.
depending on what qualifies as girlfriends. Um, but there's like 200 episodes of Seinfeld, so um, yeah. So yeah, if you have any draft ideas, you're more than welcome to come back and float those.
Well, one of the things that might be obvious, not obvious with
Uh-huh.
that, like the top pick would have to be Elaine. And maybe you don't think of Elaine
No.
as like if you phrase it as like love it, because like no one really like spanned after episode after
Yeah.
episode. They were always kind of like one episode
Hmm.
type love interests,
For sure. Yeah.
except for Elaine,
Yeah.
because it's referenced they did date. They did have the one where they decide like we can have this, but then we can also have
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um, and she would have to be like the hands down number one heavyweight, like her versus all other 69. She'd wipe them all out because
Yeah. I mean,
it's Elaine.
yeah. It's It's interesting. But then it's just like, okay, what do the next, if we each pick five or something like that, what do the next 14 picks look like? You know? Like
Yeah.
that, I feel like is where we get interesting. Because like the deeper you get with everything, like that's when it gets like, yeah. When do you pick Dolores?
Mm-hmm.
Mova.
Well, the Monica from Friends where they pretend to be husband and wife to get the dry cleaning discount.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right.
I think she would be like if I was before you knew what I was gonna pick. Like if I had my
Uh,
uh like stable of rankings, like of
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
okay, these are the ones that I hope fall to me.
Yeah.
Like she would probably be one of the ones at the very top of that. Elaine would be my number one draft pick.
Uh-huh.
I forget what her name in that episode was. Um, it's so bad I can only think of her name as Monica
Courtney Cox.
in Friends.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
she would be my number two. And the one where he's like, she's like, I don't respect what you do, and he's like,
Oh,
but you're a
you're a
cashier.
cashier. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would have her in my draft
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
one of the top ones, just because of that iconic line.
100%. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons that the draft would be so funny is because I know none of us would be able to remember these women's names. So it'd be just like,
Oh, I
you
know
know the
that's so
one,
terrible.
she says the thing.
Yeah.
It'd be that.
Or the one, or the
whole-
other one was she was like a Russian gymnast, and he was thinking,
Oh,
oh, like this woman's going to be great in bed because she's
yeah,
a gymnast, and she's thinking, oh, comedians are great in bed
yeah.
because they're a comedian.
You are no
That
comedian.
one would be that's a little probably more obscure, but I would have her kind of higher on my draft
There you go.
because I think like I would get it. Like the other ones, I would think maybe there's a chance somebody else would pick them.
For sure.
Whereas like that one, I'd feel pretty safe of having on there that nobody's probably going to pick her.
Yeah. Well, the gymnast is on my board. So,
Oh,
um,
that would be on your board. Okay.
yeah. But I mean, it sounds like we just need to do this thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that would
Well,
be.
now, yeah, like bleep this every time I said a name. Bleep it so that way my draft picks aren't already out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just like did my own Spygate. Like I gave you guys my. But I would have fun doing something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, for sure.
Because we don't know how to talk about Seinfeld because it's just so big. So it's just like how do
Hmm.
you talk about it like in an interesting way?
Yeah, you almost have to parcel it out
Yeah,
in that way. And
exactly.
then you would have the lead ins to different things. And then, you could attack it from all different angles and
For
have
sure.
multiple Seinfeld episodes
Yeah. Because you could
And
also,
you probably wouldn't crisscross a lot of the same territory doing it that way.
yeah, because you can do Jerry girlfriend draft. You can also do a George girlfriend draft,
Mm-hmm.
and you can
Yeah.
do an Elaine boyfriend draft. And
Yeah.
I don't know if Kramer has enough girlfriends. I don't know if he has enough love interests.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, very very ripe in the love interest thing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I don't know if you have anything else for Indiana Jones, but
No, I think I
I think
checked
we
my
did it.
notes pretty quick, and we
Yeah,
covered everything that I kind of had for it. So
fuck yeah, man. Yeah, good shit today, dude.
yeah, good shit.
Yeah, but thank you everybody for listening, and this has been roof shopping cart, guys. Okay, roll.